Distractions love ambitious people, and that's why you're struggling with so many distractions right now. And I did too. I'm ambitious. I have big goals and dreams I want to achieve. But for the longest, I wasn't doing anything because I was constantly distracted by things that didn't matter to me. I'm doing things that didn't help me grow. I'm doing things that didn't improve my skills. I'm doing things that did not matter and that I forgot about after 5 minutes of doing it. But that all changed when I got this one weapon. And once I started using it, I destroyed distractions. I got locked in. I became more productive. And I started making my dreams and my goals happen. And now I want to share this one crazy effective weapon that will help you destroy distractions and make way for your ambition to take you where it's meant to take you. But before I tell you this weapon, let me give you a mini version of it so that you can understand how truly powerful this thing is. Not even a couple years, but a couple months ago, I was watching a basketball game. And normally, I'm not really a basketball girly, like it's boring to me. I remember one time I went to a college basketball game with my friends, and I was just counting down the seconds until I could leave. I was that bored. It was horrible. But this time I wasn't. I was glued in on that screen, okay? When my team I was rooting for made a shot, I'm out here like, yeah, that's me. Yeah, make another one, make it. Like, I am locked in. Now, the biggest question is, why? Why was I locked in? Because before that one game, I cared nothing about basketball. Nothing. But this time I am. The reason was, I had money riding on it. I placed a bet on that game. And now because I had a bet, I was glued to that screen, making sure that nothing happened, making sure that my team was doing the right thing, just making sure that I was going to win some money on that. Now, if I hadn't bet on that game, you want to know what I'd be doing? I wouldn't even care about the basketball game. I'd be glancing at it, but most of the time, I'd be distracted by my phone. I'd be scrolling on that. I'd be talking to my friends. I wouldn't care to pay much attention to it. But because I had a concrete goal to make money, I was glued to that screen. And that's what I want you to understand. Distractions do not stand a chance when your focus is narrowed by a concrete goal. Think about people who are running a race and they see the finish line. They're focused on that finish line, which means that they're not distracted by the people yelling at them in the crowd. You're not thinking about the thoughts. You're not thinking about anything. They're focused on that finish line because it is the goal. Now, when they cross that finish line and they're done, now all these distractions will come in because the goal isn't there anymore. But in that moment, when they have that concrete goal, they are not going to be distracted. Now, the only problem is goals are only mini weapons against distractions. And since we are in a world full of distractions, we have got to pull out the big guns to take care of them. And once you get this, I promise you, distractions will never pull you down again. And you'll be living a life you're meant to be living and flourishing in ways you never thought was possible. But before I give you this weapon, if you don't know who I am, my name is Faith. And my entire goal with this page is to help you reach your goals and change your life. Now, if you're ready for that, if you want to reach your goals and change your life and become the person you know you could be, and you need help along the way, I want you right now to go down to the first link in my description, click that, and I will see you there. About 8 months ago, I was in a very low spot in my life. I had quit my job at Walmart with only $4,000 in savings and with all of my business because I was determined to make it happen. But a year in, and I wasn't making any progress. I was running out of money, bills are popping up, I am running out of options. But despite all of that, I kept showing up and working for my goals, which is YouTube. In this case, I kept showing up and creating content and posting content, which is really hard because during that time, my mental health was so low that I was constantly binge eating. And it's when I start binge eating that I know there's a problem. Not only that, but I would literally wake up and just feel a heavy weight on me every single morning, and I did not want to get out of bed. And most times, I procrastinated on getting out of bed. Normally, I get right up out of bed, but back then, I would get on my phone and just scroll, and I wanted to distract myself from the problems I was going through. Yet I still, by the end of the day, I still got a piece of content created and posted it. I did not fall off. No matter how hard things were, I kept showing up. And the only reason I did not let those distractions killed my ambition was because I knew my purpose. And my purpose is to help ambitious people like you reach your goals. So even though my outside world was crashing in and I felt suffocated, that purpose was the shining light that told me, keep walking, keep putting in the work, keep showing up. I know you're going to do it right now, but you got to keep going. And so I did. That is how powerful your purpose is. And that's why I make so many videos about you needing to find your purpose, because your purpose is your reason you're put on this earth. Your purpose is the reason you're here. And when you find why you're here, that changes every single thing for you. In fact, one of my clients, we were on a call, and she's telling me how she had went to bed late, but she still got up early. Even though she wanted to sleep in, she said, I told myself I was going to get up early. And even though I had a bad night and I stayed up late, I wasn't going to let myself get off the hook. I was going to get up, and I did. And then she's telling me about how when things happen to her during her day, well, normally she get angry and get her feelings, it just went right off her back. Like nothing seemed to face her anymore. And as I'm listening to her tell me this, I'm thinking in my mind, this girl found a purpose. And I told her that. And we went crazy. Like, we was like, but she found her purpose. And when you find the thing that you meant to do, things in life just seem so much more smaller. Like, yeah, okay, a car cuts you off, but your purpose achieves so much greatness in life, you don't care about that, whatever. It's just a small thing. You're more focused on the higher level. You're more focused on making sure that you're doing the thing you're supposed to be doing in life. So these other small distractions that pop up, that can either take you off your path, that can slow down your progress, that can turn you into somebody average, it has no effect on you anymore. Because that purpose is the strongest shield against distractions, and it will lead you where your ambition wants you to go. But that means you gotta find your purpose. Spend your time finding your purpose. And a good way to start thinking about that is to ask yourself, what are you naturally good at that you can get better in? And how can you use what you're good at to help other people? And once you figure out the answer to those two questions, you will have found your purpose. And that will change the entire game for you. And you will start working out your purpose. You will start following the path of your ambition. And you will see big, big changes happen in your life. Or you can be like the average person who has no purpose other than the purpose society has put on them. And what does society put on all of us? Work a job. Work a job, live for the weekends, entertain yourself, die. The world does not want you to improve yourself. It does not want you to find your purpose. It does not want you to gain mastery in anything. It does not want you to be able to depend on yourself. The world wants you to be a mindless zombie. It wants you to be a sheep, because that means you're more controllable. That's what the world wants. And that is what the average person gives them, because what is the average person doing every single day? They're waking up, getting on the phone, watching TV, playing the game, going to work, getting off work, getting back on the phone, going to sleep, waking up, repeating the cycle, and then when the weekend comes, shots. And what do they get from that? A pitiful life. It gets them going to their grave with all the talents left inside of them. It gets them living a life they regret. And I know you don't want that, and you don't have to get that. You don't. You are the chosen one, and you know you can achieve great things, so you can do that. You can. Tell yourself that every single day, even if you don't believe it, because that's going to start reprogramming your mind. I'm not going to get too deep into that, but I want you to understand. You can achieve whatever you put your mind to. And the way to make it even easier, to stop these distractions from pulling you down, is to tap into your purpose. Tap into that. Find it. You can even watch videos on YouTube who that talk about this. Shoot, if you know Hamza, he was a big self-improvement YouTuber before he kind of fell off. But regardless, one of the things he talks about all the time was finding your purpose. Why? Because it's true. It matters so much for you to find yours. Now again, if you want any help along the way, if you need somebody to support you along your journey, all you gotta do is click that first link in my description. But regardless, You've got this, and I believe in you.